Hey, what's good? What's good? TikTok. It is your girl Trisha checking back in with a message. And you know what? I really hate being misunderstood. But when you are chosen, you can't help but people to misunderstand you because you're not going to talk the way that they talk. You're not going to walk the same path that everybody's walking. Everything is not going to line up to a point where it makes sense. Because one thing you have to know is when God wants his glory, he uses the foolish things. He uses the things in this world that people say can't be done. So you got to understand, you are set apart to be misunderstood. But it's the agony that's attached to the misunderstanding that a lot of us fail to exalt ourselves into and trust that process because it gets hard. It gets lonely. You get to see when people fall off. You get to understand that when you're expressing yourself and someone else is overshadowing that and they want to make it about them, to the point where you don't even feel heard, valued, or seen. But in this season, I said, he know he hates you feeling misunderstood and going through trials and tribulations and getting back up and getting knocked down. But he said all of that is directing the path that he's about to lay you on. And you got to be ready for that path because when the things and the storms and the rain come, those are going to be all the things that try to knock you down. But he's equipping you and he's building you because he knows that the misunderstanding is for a reason. So we all can hate it. But at some point, baby, you're going to have to fall in love with this process and understand that it is building your path. It is not there to take your breath away. But it is there for you to have to grasp for it because he want to know what you're reaching for. And if the desires that is down in your heart, if that is something that you really are willing to go after, it is not enough for you to be misunderstood. It's not enough for you to hate that. He hated too. Because not everybody going to understand his glory. Everybody's not going to understand his passion. But after they have done all of the betraying, the hating, the talking, the slandering, his glory still has to reign, which means he still has a story at the end of the day of that same thing that you're hating to reign forth. But it's up to each and every one of us if we're going to walk that path out, if we're able to go through being misunderstood, if we're going to be able to say, hey, enough is enough. Let me direct my path. Let me change it and let me adhere to the things that he's saying. Some of us, we hating to be misunderstood because the things he asks us to do, we have not done. But you can't get to that next mission without completing the first mission. So search yourself. Sit down with yourself and question yourself. Why am I hating to be misunderstood? What about this path I don't understand? So that you can correct it, because most times it is the same lesson that be brought up time after time after time after time. Most of the times when I'm online, I tell you guys, as repeat offenders, you keep making the same mistake over and over and over and over and over again. People will call that insanity. But most of us have to understand, in order to get through a lesson, in order to understand that, it takes practice. And with that practice, you are going to make some of the same mistakes because the technical skills that you needed in order to grasp it, you were not comprehending it. So yes, you're going to hate the process. You're going to hate to be misunderstood because you have learning to do. Learning. And until you start learning, you're going down that path of hatred. So in this season, meditate, reset your scales, get your soul chakras in a line. If you don't know how to do that, hit your girl in the inbox so that we can do a mentorship here and we can understand where the foundation got some cracks in it. I don't want to patch them up. We need to break them down and rebuild it so it can be on a sturdy foundation, because you don't want it on quicksand. And you don't want something that you step on and you can fall through. You want something that has some concrete up in there, freshly laid. Yes, baby, in this season, let's get it together. There are new doors opening. You do not want to miss your door. And if you feel like you miss your door, he done opened up a window for you, baby. All I need you to do is the same thing I'm doing. Partner for the good, and let's get through these doors. If you don't know what you're doing and you know that somebody else might have it, humble yourself. Humble yourself to a level where you don't lose yourself, but you can get the help that you need. Because in this season, it's about that bridge. Either you're going to be a bridge or somebody you know is going to be a bridge to help you cross to the next level. You trying to get to the next level. You do not have time to keep sitting there playing the what ifs and woe is me. That time is gone. You are no longer a victim. That mentality got to go now. You're an innovator. Now you're going to create off of the very pain that was causing you to have some defeat. We going to operate from that level. If y'all don't know what's up, baby, it's okay to be hated. It's okay to hate being misunderstood. What are you going to do with that misunderstanding? Are you going to turn that into a purpose, or is you going to be playing victim for the next few years because you can't get your mind right? Holla at your girl. It's Trisha checking back in with a message. I'm just telling you, it's time to level up and stop playing these games. You ain't got time like that.